What's up? Hey man, how are ya? Okay, okay, that's good. I guess it could be better. Yeah, true. But that's good though. At least you're not doing shitty. Okay. All right. So what's up, guys? We just fucking beat Far Cry 4. Sleepy as fuck. um. So how long did I play this fucking game for? We played this bastard. It's gotta be like 20 hours or something. This is very minimalistic. This video is probably just gonna be based around Far Cry 4, so if you don't give a shit, whatever. But I did 32 of the main missions, which is how many there are. I did 10 out of the 24 outposts. I did 0 of the fortresses. I did all of the bell towers. I did 1 of each of the side missions, which there's 3 of. So I did a good chunk of the game. As for my karma level, that was 5 out of 8. Crafting, I had pretty much everything maxed out. You basically have to do a side quest to finish maxing them out, but I didn't really give a shit. I didn't need to do that, so I just said fuck it. For collectibles, I pretty much got half of everything. Kingdoms, Kyrat, but yeah. So what the fuck's up with Far Cry 4? Is it good? Is it better than Far Cry 3? No. It's the way I feel about this game is it feels a little more closed off to me, to be honest. I just remember in Far Cry 3, I don't really remember going to any areas that said, turn back, this area is too high of a level. If you don't go back, we're going to teleport you back. I don't really remember that shit. I just remember exploring a lot of Far Cry 3 and loving it. But that being said, though, the world in this game is pretty damn sweet. You travel so fluidly. Let's start off with the story like I used to do. So, the story takes place in India, in a country, I guess, called Kyrat, however we're going to say it. We're introduced straight away to the villain, pretty much. You're going to India to to send your mom's ashes off, I guess you'd say, in an urn or whatever. And so, this is the place of your parents. They were huge in this country, so you're sort of like royalty. But you head off to this place. Immediately the bus you're on gets hijacked and everyone gets executed. You basically become a prisoner. You also have a +1. You have one other guy with you. I don't know if that's because this is where the game confuses me. So I played probably the first 4 hours, 5 hours, a month ago, 2 months ago maybe, and I don't remember that guy being significant at all. And then you basically abandon him. Then the main story starts. You basically get introduced to the psychotic main villain. You get introduced to the rebel leaders that you're going to be joining. And then from there you basically have to do missions until you get to a crossroad where you can either side with the guy or the girl. The girl is more modern. She wants to abolish slavery and family traditions, like arranged marriages and shit like that. Whereas the guy kind of wants to keep the old traditions intact because that's how he was brought up or whatever. So once you come to one of those decisions, you have to make a choice, and that pisses off the other person. And that's basically how the main story goes up until the end, which is, I want to say, anticlimactic, just because it's pretty obvious where it's going. The ending, though, I did not see coming. You basically come to the final villain and you have a choice, and then immediately after, credits roll. So that kind of surprised me there, but no, it was a fun ride. It was definitely a fun ride. The only thing that slowed the story down is we've got a cool villain. All right, what's his name? Pagan Min, I think. So this guy is extremely fruity. He's very aware. He's very cynical. He's very serious. He's very humorous. He's a really good villain. The only problem is they don't do anything with him. He occasionally radios in and says something stupid to you or stuff like that. But encounter-wise, you meet him once in the beginning of the game. You meet him once when you become a hostage in a little mission, and then you meet him at the very end of the game. Now this is like the title cover character, you know, so I figured they were probably gonna hype this guy up quite a bit, you know, treat him like a really cool character. They didn't do that so much. Same with all the other characters. I could give two shits. There's like some little Indian girl at some point. She's in a bunch of cutscenes. I'm just like, I don't really care about you. The two rebel leaders that you're trying to choose between, I don't give a shit about them either. Literally, they're placeholders. Like I said, one guy wants traditions to be kept, so he's citing that way the whole story. Oh, AJ, you did this? Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to do it that way. And then the girl's like, "Good job, AJ. You did the thing I wanted you to do." So that's about the extent of the character deaths. They don't really explore the family too much until the very end, and I didn't give a shit. That's the weakest thing, I think, is the main character, the main villain, and the side character. So yeah, the story sucked. I wouldn't say it completely sucked, but I'd give it a 0.5 just because the feel of it and the aesthetic of it was really cool. The main villain, he's not your generic vanilla villain, I guess you'd say. So that was pretty cool. I gotta give a game credit for at least trying to be different. So I'd give that a 0.5. As for the sound department, it's a 1. It's a 1 out of 1. It's great, I guess you'd say. I don't care about gunshots, and basically what I want to say is the voice acting is good. The music choice is good. There's a lot of cool like Indian songs that play over the music, and AC/DC's in here. Is it AC/DC, right? No. Who does Should I Stay Sure to Go? That's... Fuck, who does that song? I can't remember. But that's like the title song. It plays in the beginning and plays in the end. I guess that's all I got the rights to, but... No, just... There's some missions where there's like a unique song that plays throughout the whole mission. Namely, like the final mission and a bunch of missions leading up to the end. There was like unique songs that played throughout those missions, and it just gave it a good vibe. Whenever you're driving cars, there's cool music playing usually, and I liked it. Sound was good in this game. Voice acting was good, and all that. So yeah. Gameplay itself, though, it's good. Okay, so I'm going to say my only complaint, and then I'll say what this gameplay basically consists of. My only complaint with this gameplay is they force you inside those bounds a little too hard. Instead of giving us the whole open map right away, they basically... I think that's what they did with Far Cry 3, actually. So basically they break it into 3 districts, I think. It's like the west, the east, and then the north. And I got west and east pretty early on in the game, but then north, the whole time I was playing this game. And you gotta remember, I'm trying to do most of the main missions. Doing some side stuff along the way, but not too much. Like, I'm not purposely going out of my way to do this shit. It took almost the entire game just to get to the north. And by the time I got to the north, I had pretty much had everything upgraded to max. I didn't really need to upgrade anything else. Why would I need 2 million rupees or where the hell the money is in this game when I'm constantly buying ammo, constantly buying more weapons and attachments and shit. So that was my only complaint, is they restricted the map pretty much the whole gameplay. The gameplay itself, though, is where it gets really cool. Far Cry is like an over-the-top action movie, I guess you'd say. It's an open-world sandbox, similar to like Skyrim or any of these RPGs like that, where you basically open up your map, you've got this giant map, and you can go anywhere on there. There's a lot of different nav points, so like you'll see icons for main story missions, side story missions, you'll see enemy bases, you'll see enemy outposts, you'll see lighthouses and shit like that. And basically each one of those things have a function. Like the lighthouses let you open up the map more. Once you open up the map more, it shows you where certain animals are. So you'll see like, okay, I captured this one down here. Okay, I can see rhinos and monkeys are down here. But then if I go a little bit to the east, I'll see honey badgers and cougars. So you have a benefit of opening those. Basically, that's what you do when you get to an area. You go straight to the watchtower, lighthouse, whatever you want to call it. It'll expand your map so you can see what you're dealing with. just like Assassin's Creed. You'll be able to see like what animals are in there, what side quests are there, shit like that. If I guess there really is, you could play the game without doing that, but I don't see why you'd want to do that. So that's my primary objective, is hitting all of those watchtowers. But yeah, the gameplay is very stealth based, or you can play action based. So I primarily played stealth based. I would go to an outpost, and I was like, okay, the map says that there's 2 alarms in this area. Okay, so I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna use my bow and arrow to snipe out the guys near the alarms. Then I'm gonna shoot the alarms, so that way no one hears the alarms breaking. And then I'm gonna take out the stragglers. And then you would get like extra experience for not setting off any alarms and shit like that. But then you have the issue of like, okay, well, I want to beat this really fast, so let me just play balls to the walls. I'll run in there and I'll throw grenades at every single enemy. You can do it that way too, which is cool. The thing I like about this game is you have a camera and you can like target enemies. For some reason I love being able to target enemies with like little red dots. I guess my fetish for red dots started back in Rainbow Six or Splinter Cell, somewhere around there. And it sucked because you could usually only target like 5 people at most, which sucked. Like Rainbow Six Vegas, I think it was 3 people you could target, which sucked. But no, it's just a very balls to the wall game. There's vehicles, there's hang gliders, there's wingsuit. So whenever you jump off a cliff, your character can just like open up your arms and fly like an eagle. And then you have a parachute. So there's a lot of cool tricks. There's also a grappling hook. So like a lot of times I would say I just start out my main mission and I want to get there fast. So I'll run and jump off a cliff and just glide as far as I can go. Then I'll find a vehicle and jump in that and drive the rest of the way. And there's an auto drive feature, so you don't have to worry about shooting people and driving. You can just click auto drive. Oh, okay, I got an enemy jeep coming up behind me. Let me turn around and shoot this guy. It's just very fluid. There's a lot of fluidity to the game, and I appreciate it for a shooter. Like, this is the way shooters should be coming. I should be able to run and jump off a cliff, hold that X button to get my grapple out just in time, and then swing up, let go of my jump. I feel like they could have did a lot more of the grappling shit too, actually. Near the end of the game, they have a couple areas where you do that quite a bit, but no, I really like this game. I think the gameplay was near, not perfect, but it was near perfect, which would be why I gave it a 1 out of 1. So overall, if you don't know, my score is a 2.5. I think Far Cry 4 is a pretty darn good game. It's not a game you'll play for story, but it's a game that it's not going to completely bore you to death. Like, I watched all the cutscenes. I didn't skip anything. I guess there's multiple endings. I don't really care to go back and see those endings. I'm probably going to finish off stuff on the minimap. Xbox, go to achievements. Let's see what we were looking at. I got to be at least like 400 gamer score, so 510 out of 1250. There's already DLC for the game, not that I care about it. Let's see, what achievements did I miss? There's also co-op and multiplayer. I didn't touch any of those, so I can't really comment on that. Yeah. Let's see, liberate 12 outposts, liberate all outposts, conquer 2 fortresses, complete 6 hunting quests, complete 3 assassin quests, hijack 3 cargo tanks, complete outposts as in co-op mode. Yeah, it's just basically a bunch of small stuff. Collect 10 of these collectibles, learn all the skills. As for the multiplayer achievements, I don't really think there's too many. There's a couple hidden achievements I actually missed. I'm guessing those are for maybe the alternate endings or something. But yeah, I'll probably knock off a bunch of those achievements. That's pretty close to finishing most of them. But yeah, Far Cry 4 is a pretty good game, man. I would definitely pick it up $20-30 down the road if you're into shooting games. My ribs hurt. I've been sitting here for a while. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go to bed now. I got work tonight and I got another day off tomorrow, so I'm pretty happy. Alright, goodbye.